The Honorable Erias Lukwago, he is a mayoral contestant, also sitting Kampala MP, Kampala Central Member of Parliament. We also have a political analyst. He's Mr. Charles Rwomushana, lengthy CV, former RDC Padre, former member of the Constituent Assembly, former Guild President, also a former Makerere University, also a former head of political intelligence in the President's office. You'll be able to ask questions later. You can also send text messages to contribute to this discussion, or even ask questions. The code is Spectrum 7197. In other words, type the word Spectrum, leave a space in your phone browser, type the message, question or comment, and send it to 7197. It will be read on air and responded to. Honorable Lukwago, what next now?
Well, we have put up our demands. We request for a free and fair electoral process when it's organized again. It's very unfortunate the Commission has kept us in the dark, and they are not telling us exactly what is happening. You can imagine you call off an exercise with such an indictment against yourself that actually the officials of the Commission connived with the candidate to stuff those ballot papers into the box. And you don't cause the arrest of any of those polling officials.
Well, Madam Kamkama was here, an EC official. She said some of these have been arrested.
Where are they? I've seen the exhibits. The exhibits were handed over to the police. But could she mention even one name of a presiding officer? They have
arrested the command of the Chiboko squad.
No. I'm not talking about the goons who perpetrated the violence. That's another matter altogether. But I'm talking about the Electoral Commission causing arrest and prosecution of the officials who are involved.
Well,
they are organizing fresh elections on Wednesday, not for the mayoral race,
yes,
but for the municipality, the divisions.
LC3.
Right. It's just a day after tomorrow.
Yes.
With the same presiding officers, same polling assistants.
You sure about that?
Have they told you they have changed them? Because there is a process they have to go through.
Right.
They have to go through interviews, they have to be shortlisted, they have to be gazetted.
Well, they could get them from other... Oh, they have to be gazetted?
They have to be gazetted. We should know, because candidates must know who the presiding officer, rather a presiding officer for a particular polling station.
Right.
We should know. But now they are going ahead as if nothing.
Using the same officials?
Using the same officials.
On Wednesday?
Expecting to get a different result. Okay. So this is the commission for you.
So what guarantees?
And as we talk right now, again the same thing is happening. If you passed via Mengo today, the kind of fraud they are perpetrating again, you wonder whether we still have...
What do you mean? Explain that to us a little bit.
They recount their conduct. As we talk right now...
The recounting of the votes in Rwomushana.
Exactly.
What has been happening there?
They were given a court order. You know,
yes. Yeah, we know it's been happening in court. They are counting them before a court. Magistrate.
Yeah, but no magistrate court.
Yes.
We appeared there.
Yes.
We went up to High Court and got an interim order.
True.
An injunctive order stopping the magistrate court from conducting.
Oh, you did?
We did. We got that and served it on them.
Yes.
You can imagine even a recounting is supposed to be presided over by the chief magistrate.
Yes.
The chief magistrate just retreated into his chambers, sat there, as the Electoral Commission officials, More Mutazindo, returning office, and Eric Sabit,
yes,
now they have arrogated themselves with the duty of presiding over the recount. They are going ahead
without the
impunity, under the protection of the military.
Oh.
The members are there. The
we
police
have some members.
The members are there in Mengo. So you can imagine which kind of electoral exercise.
Have they blocked the road, or are they in the compound?
They cordoned off the road. You can't access that place at all. You can't access it.
So what guarantees do you have that the mayor will rerun?
This is exactly what I'm saying. The commission seem not to be in charge of the whole process. If they are, they have connived with the thugs. Let me use that language, because there's nothing now to hide.
Mr. Rwomushana, this sounds a little bit weird.
Which weird?
Well, the rerun, the vote counting.
The member of parliament.
Yes, yes.
He's called Honorable Erias Lukwago.
Yes.
He's a member of parliament and is aspiring to be a mayor of a capital city.
Yes.
And he's telling you that they got a court order from High Court ordering the chief magistrate to stop the recount.
Yes.
The chief magistrate has left.
No, he's in his chamber. He has locked up himself in the chamber.
He has basically withdrawn.
He has withdrawn.
And he's the one who is supposed to preside over the recount.
But the recount is going on.
Now, the Electoral Commission has appointed themselves as chief magistrates.
Right.
And they are presiding over the recount.
Right.
Yeah. So, what surprises you?
Well, I'll leave some of these things for people to judge. Honorable Lukwago, let's talk about other things.
The only thing you should do is maybe if you doubt him.
It's all right. Let's
But he's saying it on air.
truth, yeah.
But me, I'm not surprised that this can happen. I'm only happy that it is happening in the capital city, so that you know, because this is going to help in the rebirth of democracy. You know, this affects this discussion. This struggle is not for ourselves; it's for the future of our children. Yeah, there must be a system through which people choose the leaders they want.
Right.
Yes, there must be that system for regeneration. And the moment that system is corrupted, then you know that country's chances of survival are minimal. And we have seen countries perish. In Yugoslavia now, you can't find Yugoslavia. It's no more. Yes, you now don't have the other original complete Sudan. It's going by parts.
Right.
Yeah, Zaire used to be very peaceful. We used to know them as dancers.
Right.
Yes, now we have a whole chunk of Zaire very, very unstable. You wouldn't imagine that Rwandese would slaughter themselves the way they did during that mass murder. So we need to have, and that's what we envisaged when we were in the Constituent Assembly. We put in that clause,
Making the current constitution.
yes, the current constitution. We put in that clause because we had a history. And we said the only way
Which clause specifically?
of having the people's will, the people's choice manifested through a free and fair election.
Right.
And the system is very elaborate. Our problem is not the law. We have very good laws.
Right.
The problem is about implementation. Now, so what we are trying to run out from our history, we were trying to avoid a repeat of this history for our children. I think I was the youngest in the Constituent Assembly. And I very well meant there. And we really looked at the future of this country. Change leaders. If Sematimba emerges, let him.
You're talking about term limits, is that?
No. About having free and fair elections.
Okay.
Yes, I think I left in the university. By the time I was in the Constituent Assembly, you had begun your chambers. No, he's a member of parliament.
Right.
And tomorrow his son, his grandchild will be a member of parliament.
Right.
We need to have the system. It must not be for those who have guns. The other day you saw someone carrying a stick with nails.
Yes.
6 inch.
Yes.
You hit someone in the head. And then he parades himself. And then he's arrested. He's not put in that he's at RRI. So so it's good that this comes. Now it's a debate. We think a solution will come.
It's in the open now.
It's in the open.
In the capital.
In the capital.
Front of TV cameras.
Because
some of them beaten themselves.
The capacity of
TV
that member.
journalists.
The capacity of that member.
Yes.
That armored vehicle you see.
Yes.
Overwhelms 600 soldiers in less than 30 minutes.
Right.
That's the capacity of that vehicle with the guns mounted on it.
Right.
Why do you bring it to the civilians? These peasants who don't even know how to run? Because most of these peasants even Lukwago can't run up to Rubaga.
Right.
Why do you bring that kind of weapon for Lukwago? So we need to have a debate for a rebirth, so that we rethink. Because otherwise our children are in trouble. And more especially, they are not as sophisticated as Lukwago. I think Lukwago could have used the Tadova. The Tadova is another crude form of a candle.
Right.
When reading. Some of these children have not even studied, who are going to be managing our security and the politics, have not even gone through our kindergartens. They have gone to these sophisticated schools.
National school.
Yes, they don't know jiggers. So they
read about them in the papers.
They just read about them. Right. Even our movies now don't show jiggers.
Some of them you could ask them where milk comes from, and they tell you straight from the fridge. They know nothing about cows.
A fridge. The milk comes from a fridge.
Not the
so,
cows,
and these are the children who are privileged to be protected by these arms, who have the money. Because I even looked at the cost. I saw your billboards. Mr. Why do you get this money to run these billboards? Sematimba, Kampala is decorated by Sematimba for what? Even this race you are fighting for is empty. What is in the mayor?
Right.
Because the most important,
he would get much less. He gets about less.
The most
important
important part of the mayor was the cow. Now I think called the director.
Executive director,
who is going to be appointed by the president.
Right.
So in other words, the mayor of Kampala is already the president. Yes, because the constitution says he appoints the executive director.
Well, that's another debate, but I will tell you.
Let's talk about
now. So why the shading of blood for this thing? Why? Because the amount of money fellows have spent on posters, the whole electoral system has become too expensive. For what? For what really?
You think that's financial corruption? It's a bad thing.
It's a disaster.
Right.
Hey, you can't call this democracy.
Right.
It's a disaster.
Honorable Lukwago, what kind of victory do you expect in a free and fair election? What would you get, 51% or what, or 48%?
No, I think it's quite obvious. If we had a